What is the most dramatic proposal to change policing in Denver since protests over racial injustice began?
Council members discussed a plan tonight to replace the police department with a new department called the Peace Force. The protests following the death of George Floyd sparked a lot of talk about reforming law enforcement in Denver and around the country. The conversations here really heated up after those violent encounters between police and protesters. The department came under fire for its use of force. But this idea of a peace force comes during one of Denver's most violent summers on memory. Just over the weekend, 7 people were shot in 2 incidents on Federal Boulevard. 3 people are dead. The mission of the Peace Force would be to prevent crimes before they happen. It would rely heavily on community outreach teams to accomplish that. Most officers would not be allowed to make arrests or carry weapons. Our Karen Morpha was at the council meeting when that bill was introduced. And Karen, it is one of several reform ideas discussed tonight.
Discussed and that, that did not pass, that failed tonight or were put on hold. 3 separate bills that would have all worked together. In addition to ending the police department, there were 2 others that would have created more separation between city offices like the mayor's office and the city attorney's office, as well as the independent monitor. Now, most council members tonight said that this just felt rushed, while the sponsor, Councilwoman Candy Citabaca, says that this should have come as no surprise. Calls from the community to defund the police are what Councilwoman Candy Citabaca says fueled her proposal to create a peacekeeping office in replace of the police department.
What we're trying to do is make sure that we have the ability to do what we need to do instead of being locked into these layers of codified rules that protect the police and not the people.
After heated discussion, fellow council members expressed support for the idea behind the bills, but not the timing.
I want to always ensure that the constituency that I represent has time to thoroughly understand what this really means.
A decision that followed outspoken opposition by city officials.
There's a right way and an informed way to legislate. There are also destructive ways to abuse the legislative process under the guise of advancing public conversation. And we owe the people of Denver better than that.
Councilwoman Citabaca says she's not surprised by the mayor's comments or her colleagues' votes against the move, but believes it will be up to the people in the end.
It will be coming to a ballot at some point regardless, because citizens can get things on the ballot.
Now, in order for citizens to get this on the ballot, they would need to go through a petition, a signature collection process first. Council members say, well, this wasn't the bill that they could support. They say this isn't the end of the discussion on changing policing here in Denver. In Denver, Karen Morfitt covering Colorado First.
Karen, thanks.